Okay, looks like we are live. Welcome. Good morning to everybody. I'm back to being a little sick. That's disappointing because I was just feeling a tiny bit better. So not ideal. Okay, coming back to work to bear. Today I published actually double trouble because I'm gonna finish the bear side and also at the same time I'm gonna finish my I have finished day 25. This is the first day that I did completely pen and paper, so it's gonna be fun. Now let's add some light to this scene. So I wouldn't necessarily add cross-hatching everywhere. I think I can go by with some dark tones. Actually, before adding light, maybe I should finish the background. Oh. Some shit I did not transfer. Go down, bitch. Okay, this is my new layer. So that was a positive one. So this I'm gonna keep. Okay, sounds fair. Looks fair to me. Oh no, I need to a little bit way higher. Right, that looks good. I'm gonna have to add the handle. The handle, okay, it's kind of straight, but it should. It should be still following, like even if it's that is not accurate, I still want it to follow this line, just because it feels more solid, even if it's not accurate. Okay, so here's pan 1. So I'm gonna add every silverware. Then I'm gonna add the lights, paint some background gray objects, and we're moving on. Always on, on, on. Don't stop, don't bother. Now, to be fair, there's this also. So that's gonna do something, surely. Back to 20. Excellent. Bad line. Actually, let's do it this way. Looking solid. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep the pan on. Okay. Funny how lines aren't convincing unless you finish them. It's almost like hesitation comes out. Down. Go down, bitch. Okay, so there's one. Good morning, Green. Welcome back. Glad to see you. Making some progress here. Slowly but surely. Training a little bit the free hand. Drawing's looking great. Thanks, man. I also finished the only piece I inked by hand because I started vibing it by hand, so I'm gonna just scan it and put it later because it's day 25. I wanna finish day 24 beforehand. Probably can't see shit right now because my webcam is basically the one from COVID that I used to do exams. But I'm gonna scan it soon enough. And be with day 25. I'm getting excited. No, the Inktober is coming to an end. I'm really gonna finish it and then go back to make comic books. Now, the only thing that I don't know very much if that's... Thanks, man. If that's how to take it, because I started a one shot, which was more for shits and giggles. And I'm like halfway through. Probably should start over with it and try to write it better. Just because I think I can do, not because of, like more about an attitude kind of thing. Because I think with a little tinkering, like the results that can come after this mouth were going to be way better. So I'm very much considering doing that. Gonna see, this challenge has helped me a lot. Where the fuck is that line? Oh. This challenge has helped me a lot, so we'll see how things evolve. Objective of this year is don't be like last year and keep streaming. Couldn't even tell why last year I quit. Maybe because I tried to do the 3 hours thing. I don't know, there's a bit. I'm gonna blow my nose, so I'm gonna kill the mic for a second. Also, I'm gonna switch my sweater because it's so hot. So last year I managed, I think it was up until January. Like I had like 2 months of streaming and I over pushed it. Same is going with drawing. I don't know about you, but so far my stamina can get me to like 3 hours. I can do more if they're broken down. I was able to get like to 6, but it was 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening, and 2 in the afternoon. So there were some huge breaks in the middle. Going for more than 2 is still not in my possibilities. And I tried to not push it because I've learned my lesson last year. I tried to pace myself in a way that everything is fun and light and safe and the work gets done. But it's gonna be one shots for the foreseeable future after the Inktober. And following that is gonna be Chama. Following that is going to be what's it called? Yeah, I'm gonna start designing everything that goes in my comic book. I have no idea about designing, like nothing. I wish to work on my colors, on some designs, and I think those are the biggest one. But right now I need to get back to the script, just because I don't want to, you know, if you've done a little bit of games, that it's very easy to fall in the trap of I'm gonna make this when I'm good enough. Problem is that the good enough is never gonna come. So I used that excuse to not start drawing because yeah, I'm gonna learn when my script is closer to finishing. And now the script is not that far away. So I had to crutch in, and same goes for the script. Now I want to, since I saw good improvements, I'm feeling in the way that hey, I should wait when I get actually way better so I can make a great comic. But simply that phase does never exist. And improvements will come naturally. That's where I'm at the moment. Try my best to stick to it. Wait. That's not gonna be a big deal. Okay. Sounds fair. The only thing that makes me afraid, but I guess that's part of the deal, and that's some things that I shouldn't take a look at, is the time commitment that goes into it. which is basically the next 4 or 5 years or some measure of time like that. I'm gonna get some better idea. The door. Great. I'm gonna get a better idea. I leave the door for my mom because she goes to work to like 6:45. So I want always to keep it open so I can say, hey mom, bye, see you later. Sometimes for lunch, most of the times not. Because like the time commitment that goes into the comic book part is insane. And I do realize, I understand the commitment. That's why probably the sanest approach is to just try to enjoy, that cringe kind of ideas, is to enjoy the moment and love the not the destination but the journey. So that's how I've been approaching it. Also because there's going to be leave some kind of disappointment because the ending is not going to be something incredible. The ending probably when I get it done, it's going to be the next comic book, or maybe dropping it for the next one. Right now, I've settled for doing season 1. And after season 1, I'm gonna be moving to. I'm gonna be little by little adding. I want to take a break between each season, just because I think as an author I'm gonna grow, and I do not wish to write myself into something when I'm so fresh and haven't got any feedback and haven't got any real discussions about what I say. Because there's a lot of benefits if I can just write like the first season, let it out. Even my friend, even if there's going to be like 5 people who read it, I can always show it to my friends and they can roast the fuck out of me, because they will. But in the very least, I'm gonna get an idea if there is some kind of value to it. As personal improvement, I think that the value is there and it's very great. Just look and wish get work. Thanks, man. Don't ever feel like you need to explain yourself. I leave it down perfectly, the fact that people can just chill here. Feels great to be listened. Feels great that somebody is here, so don't worry about it. I understand that you should be like, to me it's 7 o'clock, but you should be like 1 hour behind. So I understand that there's stuff to be done when before work. I actually have my laptop over here, so to me it's quite quick to get done and get on the ship. But beforehand is the food, is the clothes for today. Do they smell too bad? All that kind of bullshit of the office that I don't quite like. Used to be like 5 days when I was close to the home, and that was nice. Then I moved to 2 days, but it was farther away, and they made it like one out of thin air. Terrible, terrible feeling. And now I'm back to basically one. Could be zero, but it helps from the alienation, so I do get there from time to time. So yeah, the comic book so far, I think I'm getting where I want it to be. It didn't came out what I intend, but I think there is some there I want take the humility approach and understand first off what is storytelling about before I move into something that's way outside of that. Like I saw a lot of mangaka that made a lot of character work before their debut, because at the end of the day, be it or not, that's the big part about stories. So until I can understand how do I build characters, how do I build scenes, even like the things that I struggle the most at the moment, I don't know if I'm building up friendships properly with my protagonists. So that's the thing that I want to use the first comic for. It's going to be some kind of gym for myself where I used most of my energy to figure out what storytelling is about. Then later on, I do wish that my story become a little more. I want to infuse them with a little bit more weirdness. I want them to speak more about how I would tell a story. But most of the times, learning too many things at once is probably, I don't know. I felt like every time that I was able to divide and learn one thing at a time, it usually yields a better result. And I think this would be the case even in the writing. So far that would be the approach that I take. I say I did not anticipate that writing would become such a big part of me. Like now I kind of miss it. Did not write a lot these days. I was helping my GF to get her romance, not romance, but I was trying to get her to write a book, just because I think she is good. She just needs a little faith in herself. I'm the faith in herself. I don't know. It really saddens me when I see capable people that don't actually lean into their capabilities. I have a lots of friends like that, and well, with friends there's some limit when you can go. I've learned it this year that there's going to be sometimes that you have to like lean back. You don't really they won't enjoy you prying, and it will feel like more aggressive than anything else to try to help them out. But with her, I was like, do you? I exchanged the favor. So she helped me lay down the first things of my comic book, and once I took a tiny bit of confidence, I rolled with it. Now it's time for me to return the favor and help her out. And even there, the same attitude I think will help a lot if we just try to enjoy the process, try to write together. Cozy Sundays when we read or write. The part that I haven't yet got to is actually working out some details. Got a bounce, buddy. Gotta see you. Have a great day. Thanks, man. See you. Have a nice work day. Survive. Every day. Survive. So I'm saddened when I see people who have possibly great, amazing characteristics that they could be sharing with the world, and instead they don't live up to that expectation. But not even necessarily living up to it, but they're not even trying. I would love to see. I'm more about getting it a try. And I'm also about getting my glasses. Chances that it works are low, sure. But working towards it is just so much more fun than it looks. Takes time, takes patience, takes effort, sure. But I don't know, the final result, the feeling of the ecstasy when you finish something and it's actually showable and it's actually something that you produced, the ability to show to someone like, this is what I do, thing like that can't really be replicated. And I'm gonna help her out little by little. Everything should be taken with baby steps. I always heard the baby steps thing. I didn't really took it seriously because it sounds too simple. Also, a lot, like right now, lots of times, even if we want to go the baby steps routes, most people will go the David Goggin route and like be done. But that's very harmful because you won't stick to a David Goggins kind of regime. It just simply does not work. Maybe some people can, just need some thermic shock. But I would wager that most people will get more damage than anything else. Besides physically, like even in the drawing, I'm trying to improve my posture because at this moment, starting to have my neck ache. That's fair because in the actuality, I've not been drawing so much. I haven't drawn so much with such consistency ever. So it is to be expected. Sorry about the mic explosion. It is to be expected. Surely, fine. I understand, but ooh, the dark here. It's actually pretty sick. Not gonna lie. So the baby steps things is it doesn't work until you pair it with the love side of it. Because yes, you have to take baby steps. Great. That's actually how it works. But the things that should be paired is you try to have baby steps because you try to enjoy what you do as much as possible as to not leave. Because at the end of the day, the biggest cause that won't make you progress is leaving. And how do you leave? Well, because you got burnt out. Or at least I left so many times because of burning out. Like I focused on the dumbest shit ever, like anatomy. You have no idea how much damage anatomy has done to me. Now, I am getting better, quicker results as of lately. I think because my anatomy is informing choices in some way or another. Would I have been farther at this moment if I had forfeited anatomy and just picked the pencil up and fucking drew every day? 100%. Scratch that, 1000%. If of these years I could have just drew, right now we are talking big difference. And I have tried. The problem that really that didn't quite sit well with me is simply not being bad. This is what this year's... What the fuck? Oops, my bad. This is what this year's theme is more about. Don't want to get pretty pictures or pretty pieces of art for my Instagram. What I want is to develop my correct assumption that I'm an artist and doing cool shit. That's the thing that I wish to correct for myself. Like, I need to wait this for art. No, I am doing art and it's going great. This is what I do. This is how I do it. And this is nice. Don't talk to yourself as if what's happening is like child play. That will 100% ruin everything you have. And also because that scares even when you get actually good. Because every time you'll find someone who's better or has some kind of edge. And you will go like, oh no, I'm not that good. Oh, fuck you, buddy. My fuck is getting there and doing professional grade work and be like, yeah, but you know, not that great. Shut the fuck up. At this point, I don't even treat it as if I become advanced is how long. Like, I don't intend to quit at this moment, so the question would be, okay, maybe I will quit. The question would be, how long would that take? Actually, now to be fair, I've never reached my I'm studying and I'm not progressing limit. So that's going to be an interesting threshold. Don't believe it will happen just because I'm not that kind of guy. I never did get stuck so far in a place where I tried. Now, where I tried was a bad idea because I went for comic book. And that's like a big, not comic book, sorry. That's like most people, it was video games, or most guys, I think. So that was big mistake implies that it didn't give me anything. It's probably a big mistake to label as my past is so insignificant. So I'm not going to make it look like that. I think it's disrespectful to some things that really was good times in my past experiences. Like, the denigration of them is not a good idea. Huh? Angry grandma? Nope, this is the bear. I don't remember the name of the actor, but this is the reference. I did push his face a little more than it's the fact. Like, the only accurate thing that came out is the nose, at least feeling wise. Everything else I just pushed it to the max. Today it wasn't really. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. I'm working on the faces being recognizable thing, and it is a 50-50. It is a coin toss. Most of the times a coin toss. Because let's see. Like, this is the day. God damn it, come here. Okay, so this is the day when I worked out a lot of the details and it worked out quite nicely, I think. At least most people recognize them, so works nice. Just in case you're not, I don't know if you're big on soccer, but I guess you know that it's Ronaldo and Messi. But the funniest one is this one. I took, okay, so see, those one worked. But the funniest one is this is supposed to be Jim Carrey, or at least the reference is Jim Carrey. I don't know, the features are very hard to get. Like, it's very easy to mess up people. Today is more about the expression, so the anger is there. I want to put some shadows so it feels more immersive. Well, welcome, Shanky. Oh, I'm gonna call you Marimo. Sounds better. Welcome to the stream. Been doing my my try to my best to get the Inktober done. This is the first Inktober I ever had. It's been a blast. It actually helped me a lot to get through my fear of throwing and doing art. So to me, it is even more special as an Inktober. I have never before posted, and actually I've quit drawing a lot of times in the past years. So this Inktober is being my renaissance for my drawing. Been doing huge leaps and bounds. Also very fun. I don't think I'll be doing it next year, simply because the most important object for me is to get as good as I can draw a comic book. I want to make a comic book. Oh, cool. I'm also doing something similar. I do my OCs and Halloween costume. Nice. Do you do like OCs for the fun, or you're also building up a stories? Because if you have building a stories, or if you have a webtoon, I'm gonna drop a follow right now. I'm subscribing at this moment. Every indie comic book artist needs to be known by me. Really feels, I feel way better when somebody else is as crazy as me and wants to get something done. Especially if, I don't know if your primary job is drawing, but by day I'm a programmer. So I don't know, it's something cool when I find it great when I get to know people. Is already out? It's Shimpuke Phoenix, already 100 pages out. Dude. Let me see. Shinpike Phoenix. Okay, am I? Do you sell it like it's in print? Oh yes, there's the you have your own website. Nice job. Let me start it up. Let me put the star over here in my art education, I guess. That's basically the bookmark, so I can read it little by little. It's on Comic Fury. Comic Fury? I don't understand the... It's Comic Fury or Comic Furry? I don't... Oh, okay, it's the website. Okay. Comic Fury. Never heard of that. Comic... It's like another self-published platform? Oh, yes. Cool. This is the first time I was big on the webtoon, but did not knew about... Okay, maybe I can put it down here. I do have the scenes. Oh, let me save even this. But this is your own website. This is the thing. Let me keep the chat attached over there. Okay. I lost it. Yes, nice. I really like it. The covers are very charming. Like this Western style comics. It's comic free that you have it on your website. Oh, so it's like I see. That's a great idea. Interesting. My plan is to have my own website since I can leverage my software skills. I'm a web developer by day. So it's very simple to get that and also leverage Webtoon. because Webtoon's been making a lot of people. I'm gonna read this later on. I'm always down for people that are interested into the actual craft of writing. That's the like for me that's the part that's very hard to progress on, because you don't really, until you've done something, you don't really know how exactly it's been working. Like I can see my drawing and I can later on reflect on, like, oh yes, I want to work better on this feature on the hands, I want to work better on the feature on the mouth. It is easier to get it done. But with writing, unless the only way that I found it is like coming back for like 20 days later, and when you read it, you're like, oh yes, did I read this bullshit? Right? Did I write this bullshit? Was it my idea? And secondly, why the fuck there's so many plot twists? Not so many. What's it called? The plot holes. Like right now, I'm dealing with a big plot hole. I'm struggling a lot. Are you writing it little by little, or did you build a big script? I'm also not the best. My second comic I published, the first one was 2 years ago and only 3 chapters. Well, that's great. That's still amazing. Can't wait to read it because I love I saw it a lot of times, like the progress that you make over 2 3 years. So give yourself props. Don't ever feel like this. Remember, most people won't publish. Well, it's not. No, most people won't do some big passion project like this. It's a big undertaking, so don't don't undervalue something that I think it will 100% be great. Or at least, I don't know. If you've read, you should try to read. I guess not on Webtoon because it's 500 episodes and it could take like 2 years to use Webtoon as your platform to read them. But High School of God of High School is such a bizarre comic because it really feels amateurish and the story is over everywhere. So it's a jarring reading. But there is something that I felt when I read it, and it was simply that the author was having fun and I got the fun out. I don't know if you ever felt like that, but sometimes I can feel somebody's project being a lot about how they grew and feeling the fun out of the comic book, even if it's maybe not the best thing ever, even if the story is chopped or the art is a little wonky. But I've started to feel the charm a lot of the times, even when it isn't there. Yes, I rather like to read heavy stuff. I can understand that. I feel myself in that category as well. But I don't know, that could say like if it needs a lot of art or if it needs a lot of time, depending on like, is the heavy stuff on the characters and the traumas, or the heavy stuff is more about what's happening. Because I fell in love with a lot of character works as of lately, or if it's more about having this heavy themed story and emphasis on some like life aspects or something like that. Personally, as for me, after Breaking Bad, I did change. I was a story guy before. I was like, I'm still a big Nolan fan, but after Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and seeing some heavy character series or even Lost, I did change my preference into characters first. Well, if I'm in Yakuza stories, some main characters are going to die. Sounds fair? Sounds legit. Okay, so yeah, both adult themed kind of. Mine, the way that I wanted to structure it is about battles, so it's going to be shonen inspired for sure, with a little bit more heavy themes. At least the first season is about First season is about the main character getting into. It's not Yakuza, it's a mafia story. The first season, at least. So the first part it would be my character getting into understanding what kind of deal he got himself into, and little by little working out his morals. But my big focus is fighting. I really love fighting. So that's the biggest part. That's the thing that I care a lot. Not to get right, but that's probably the big focus. I think the closest thing that comes to mind would be Dan Da Dan. If you if you watched like the first season, when there's big character moments followed by big fights, and the fights build up these character moments for later to decompress. Like that's what's been mostly enjoying at the moment. Wasn't like that a couple years ago. I was more into darker stuff, but these years was like that. I just read volume one. Yeah, except the rape, it is a great comic so far. Kinda didn't like the latest developments, but I'm not going to get into it because if you're liking right now, there is like 200-300 chapters of absolute cinema for you to witness. Or in general, I try to spoil only stuff that people won't watch because, funny enough, I got to watch JoJo because somebody spoiled me part 6, and I wasn't in the I tried from like chapter 1, and I wasn't going to read it because it actually sucked balls for my like the first season of JoJo. Oh my god, I love JoJo's. Me too, me too. But I wasn't about because the first season is like every anime ever, you know? Because it was about the time. I think at the time it was like a Northern Star, but a little more bizarre, but a Northern Star template anime. And little by little, Araki grew into its style and leaned into its strength of weirdness. So I understood JoJo later on. But when I start, man, I dropped it. So in comes this guy. It was a friend of my girlfriend. And he was like, no, man, you can't understand. JoJo is peak. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, buddy. And he went, like, do you want me to spoil? And he started yapping about part 6. And when he got to the ending, I was like, you know what? This guy's been yapping in my face for like 4 hours. And I even knew who the fuck was he. Let me check out. Maybe JoJo's better than I expected. So in rolls season 2, which is like great. That's why manga has also bizarre things. I have a fork grandpa in it. Yeah. and the guy and it just clicked. Also because JoJo, you have to be on some level an internet mind to get it. I think that people that aren't in internet culture is going to enjoy less about JoJo. It is a lot of community and a lot of the comic book. And the designs, man, I wish to have half of the boldness of Araki. His designs are just crazy. And the fact that they work is amazing. I don't know, I'm autistic. We are on the rise. The autism goes everywhere. My friends are always shocked that I have a bachelor because like how do you have a bachelor? You feel and look so stupid and so autistic. I was like, yeah, I know. I just get things done sometimes. Like it's something that could happen. Don't know when, don't know how, but some things happens. Same goes with this comic book. Like man, the worst thing that I got said was it happened very little ago. A friend of mine, for context, he does the piano, and I was like always like supportive. I wouldn't say I was there at every time he played, but most of the times I felt it nice. And then he told me like the other day, since I started the Inktober, my progress has been skyrocketing. Everything that I've learned beforehand started to pop and made sense. And he was like, "Yeah, man, when you started drawing, I was like, yeah, cute things. And now when you improve, it's actually very cool." I was like, "Fuck you, bro. What do you mean? When I start drawing, you this were dismissive." I mean, he didn't say me to all the time, but he has this good and bad side depending on how you're feeling at the day when he really needs to tell you everything he thinks. And I was like, I could have been spared that detail. I could 100% be spared. Certain characters, I think I have on my profile the link for my art fight. Probably the best way to pick. Put it down here. If it's on Insta, I'm gonna get you a drop. If it's on anything else, I'm gonna see I have a profile. Like, I'm not into ArtStation and stuff. Like, I'm a very new artist. Been drawing inconsistently from 2019, and the biggest year of drawing is actually this one. This is the biggest one that I've been drawing like every day or most days. Actually, this mouse. I've been like going the 2 months in, 1 month out, and this is the first time that I'm actually drawing consistently, keeping back update and enjoying the process. Also, always remember that I have a girlfriend, so I can't get way too carried away. Need to let her know that I'm still present. I mean, she knows I stream, but she started to work as like very soon, so I always want to respond when she's there. Oh, help, I need to log in. Don't worry about it. I'm not going anywhere for like 2 years, for like up until 9 my time, so that'll be like 1 hour and 20. I'm Central Rome, in case you're wondering. Italy, mamma mia. Living the life here, eating good most of the times. Art fight, mamma casa. Got you. Okay, let me save the link and I'm going to create an account later on. Because I really wish to publish something today. It's been like, I don't know, it's been like 2 or 3 days that I haven't published something to Instagram. And I probably, oh, my Twitch platform thinks that I'm offline. Amazing. Let me reload the streamer. The manager. My manager thinks I'm offline. Looks like I'm not. Yeah, I haven't been uploading this day. No, that's shit. You need to register to view. Oh, hate when you do that. Motherfuckers. Like, even Reddit does that a lot. This is like such petty way to get users to your platform. Like, even on Twitch, like the only thing that I don't like when I try to raid is that a lot of the times, or it's happened like maybe 3 or 4 times, that people, there's a followers only chat. And I was like, brother, I don't want to follow you as of now. I want to interact a bit and then see if I want to follow you. Like, I'm fine following everyone else. That's not a big deal. But, dude, allow me to speak first. Let me see what's your vibe? Who the fuck are you? Insta maybe? Insta I can do, absolutely. I am logged in because I post everything on my Insta. Marimo Arts. Yes, I can do, absolutely. Also, I'll show off a little of my stuff. So, Marimo underscore dot. Why didn't I copy paste it? Because it thought it was a website. Funny how that works. Is this it? Looks like your style. Yes, this is your comic book. Let me drop a follow. I really like your compositions and colors. Feel very good. Especially this one. This one reads amazing. You have a nice eye. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. Damn. Nice wings. I say your taste is great, so the more you're going at it, I think there's gonna be like some crazy artwork later on. Did you do like some studies on light? Everything of yours reads very well. Like actually reads great. This is how so far has been going my Inktober. So this is how I started, like day one in the Wario. And the biggest jump I think happened in this day when I looked a lot about the line work, the line art. So it's been like a big difference these days. The other one that I'm very proud of, you've seen this one, but this is the day 23. I did it yesterday. And I was very proud because I tried to actually do a painterly style from something that I remembered in real life. I did in my I run on the weekends, so it was an August Saturday. I started running way too late. It was like 6 o'clock, and I wanted to do half a marathon. So got stuck when it was already dark. But in this path, there were some fireflies who actually lead me the way. It was a closed way, but the fireflies give me a lot of encouragement. So it was great to actually depict something that I lived, even if it looked like that. So great to keep a follow of you. I need to absolutely clean my stuff and get more artists in, because Instagram so far, like I didn't think at some point I would be tired of nudity, but man, sometimes there's too many tits. Like right now, I can't for the love of me have something to watch. It's every time the feed is full of OnlyFans, and I'm getting really tired of it. I really want to clean my profile because I don't want Instagram to put me down as a gooner and not show me art, not show me memes, not show me a lot of other things that Instagram is cool about. I don't know what happened. I think that like the OnlyFans models got ahead of this tactic, sadly. I don't know. I feel like maybe I was more okay before, but really right now feels way too much. I just wish to see a lot of times. Or maybe I grew, so it was always like that, and now I feel less the need to search that so much sex or so much stuff. I don't know. It feels like inappropriate sometimes. I think there's places to do things, and Instagram always felt like a place where I see about my friends, I see about art. Like, I think some things need to have their place, otherwise it really breaks it out. Even in comic books, a friend of mine has lended me Soul Eater, and in the first three comics, it is freaky. Like, it is genuinely full of nudity out of nowhere. Ah, I got a little carried away. I didn't know about this. It's a bit too much. Let me keep the biggest shadows. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, man. Like, what was even that? Well, even because at the time I remember that story being very dark, very grimy, big atmosphere. The antagonist, I also remember them being absolutely cracked. And then I read Fire Force didn't get better. Yeah, I heard about Fire Force, but the middle is cracked. My friend told me that it's the first chapters, and except Blair, then things get better. Also, the anime degonified it a lot. Anime did a great job because every scene that I remember, like a lot of flashing, did not happen in the anime. So probably it was that. Even if they absolutely destroyed the ending, don't know even why. Like, why would you do that? The ending in comic book is way better. But yeah, when it's out of place, especially when the series for the series that want to be mature, it's weird. I think in Dan Da Dan, Sometimes it's a little bit too far, but most times Dan div does give weight when things happen. So it never feels also Momo is very competent, never feels like a victim. And it's always very serious when something bad happens. It's not played for jokes. I think that that's a lot about the context. If I'm getting into like what was the prison one with the teacher with the titties, if I get into that mindset, I'm fine. I understand what I'm getting into. I'm not going to engage any neuron and I'm fine with it. But when I'm thinking about, okay, this is a story, so this is a world, I'm getting immersed. I want to be here at this moment. I want it to be cool. And out of nowhere, characters start to showcase randomly, and like really the biggest one that suffers, even if it's in my opinion has some charm, high school of the dead. High School of the Dead could have genuinely been some amazing horror because the zombies are very fast, very aggressive. But man, never seen that. You probably have seen one scene. If I show you the scene, I think you would recognize it because the scene is been around. So I'm gonna show it and see if you recognize that. I just know the name, and trust me, you know the scene. High School of the Dead. Not the opening, but let me see if boobs is enough to get my scene. Yep, it's enough. This is peak 15-year-old male boy fantasy. So he's shooting with the rifle, right? There it is. Yep, that one. This one. The fact that somebody stayed 40 hours to animate that or how long it took. Yeah, that's what. But the thing is, it has its moments. I know that it's very hard to convince you that it has its moments, but it does. And when the horror is in, it really works. But suffers. Why? That's not that's not how books work. I don't know why. I think it has to be the creator. Also, I don't know if he died or suicide, and the manga stopped. It's too bad. I think it could have worked like a serious horror series. It will simply work, 100%. The stuff is there. Boobs autograde. Okay, yeah, that's not how boobs works. The fact that a boob can outspeed a bullet is insane. But I have to admit, not but I have to admit the boldness of actually going through something like this and actually animating and actually putting it on screen. That's just something only a Japanese studio could do. I don't see Hollywood going down there. Like Hollywood would go as much boobs as can, but they cannot go this far. Like this is something Japanese. You have to be in that place. God damn it, my references are blowing up. Absolute, yeah. It's comes a little bit part. I'm happy that now, little by little, new gen like Chainsaw Man is getting a lot. We're hitting something different. We're getting some character work done. There's a lot of good Western reference that's coming out. I think Chainsaw Man is the biggest one, but even Dan Da Dan has been going great. Blue Lock is the most anime or manga, but the themes are speaking to me. I'm doing lately Pokemon design. I don't know why, but it's fun. Ooh, like Pokemon OCs? That sounds great. I was never big into OC business, but I have to start. I'm gonna pass my designs by EU when it's time. And the time should be next year. I plan to start next year. So I'm gonna have to work on designs. They will be Italian inspired. Because my setting is I would say before 800 is Italy. Like the setting will be based a lot on Italy, and this most of it will come from 1800s kind of Italy because it's before the Industrial Revolution. So I need to like go some traditional routes. Honestly, I wouldn't say that I regret going that route, but I didn't really play it into being simple because now I have also to figure out that I want to make Lapwing Pokemon. I think that a Pokemon call it already one. Lapwing. Ah, okay. So it's like a redesign. Oh, the bird. Sorry, I'm not well versed into birds. I find it very cool when people talk about birds because birds do a lot of things. Such lapwing call. Let's take a look to that. I'm gonna kill the mic so I can blow my nose and I don't blow your ears. Oh, very soft. Very cute. Very cute. I wish to go to give to my GF a lemur Pokemon. Bro, the screaming lemurs are just so much. The screaming lemurs are hilarious. Ooh, odd time. Sorry about that. Can't really control it. 3 minutes are should be take. Tell you what, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom run so I can also stretch a bit and get to finish the potwares here. I have to imagine how this reflects. So, be right back. Marima, be right back. And now maybe you have turbo, so I actually did that for nothing. But still, I want to go a quick bathroom break. And even remember that my okay, great. Because I don't know, turbo is like a good idea, but I don't watch that much Twitch to actually use it. Prime is serving me well because there's one channel that I occasionally watch. I enjoy more the hosting side, the streaming side, because I'm a yapper. Like I'm a big yapper. I can yap and yap and yap, and nobody will stop me. I need to learn. I've learned lately to yap a little less and let people speak. I had to knock down my ego a little, a lot actually. Like my GF was the one who was not happy how big my ego is. But I tried to explain. Yes, it is big. Yes, sure. But it's part of why I do shit. Like the reason that I pick shit up is because I think I'm gonna do a good job. Otherwise, actually, can I send you my starter Pokemon? Can I? Be my guest. I'm fine with links. So far, being great. I haven't had people come up and try to send shitty stuff, so I'm all good. Oh, he has tattoos. Actually, did not notice he has tattoos. And I'm going to draw tattoos. I don't know. And I'm gonna do it as I say that I don't know. Never really thought about that. Tattoos are actually here. I sent it over Insta. Oh yes, great. Do I have it yet open? No, but we can correct that. And it reverted me to another link. What the fuck? My double clicking mouse. Chats. There you are. Alyssa. Do you like a more Marimo or Alyssa? Oh, they're so cute. Yeah, I'm telling you. I am very envy of your color theory or your taste in colors. Looks great. Looks great. Think like what? Did the designs train you so well? I don't care. You can call me both. I think I felt better Alyssa because I don't know, it's a name that I heard a lot more. So I'm gonna go with Alyssa because of that. I don't really like. There's I found I have a Marima, but it's a girl that I like talked to a couple of times. Very gloomy one, so I don't want to think of this name and think of that girl. It was not a great time. Which starter would you pick? I'm a lot about the fire, so I'll pick the right one. Lizard fire, you can count me in. But I think the cutest one is third form of the bird. Don't remember the name, but the bird is the cutest one. I would always pick some fire based. I just really love the fire. I don't burn stuff, but if I were to be a criminal, I probably will burn stuff. I don't know. There's something about fire that really makes it great. Last year we had the first time that I had marshmallows on the fire. I was like, dude, the fire is so cool. Like, hooray for the fire. So fire in my heart, always. Now, it is ironic that I did not read or seen Fire Force, but I did not trust the auto at the time. I think I like the fire Pokemon gets later fire dark. I love that the plant Pokemon is plants fighting. Oh yes, plants versus zombies. Need more monitors somehow. Actually, let me get because I don't need my OBS. Everything is streaming fine. Yeah, yeah. Throwing plants. It's like a mix between plants and oh my god, why do I not know the animals in English? It's funny when I want to get an English word, no autocorrect. It's plant fighting type. Okay, makes more sense. You also like the shorts are like remind of bag plants, like in the bags that you use when you buy a new plant and you have to move it. So that's a clever way to use it. I'll tell you, designs are going great. Tell you how's your storytelling when I get to read the comic book, but visually working out great. Speaking of visually, we need to get some reflection going on here. Visually, I don't know. I didn't really personally, I haven't built that much of a taste so far. I've been focusing a lot on technique and little on everything else. Which is, I don't know if it's good or bad. That's basically how I function, how I figured as lately. Maybe I'll fall in love with design later on when I actually get to do a lot of it. The only thing that bothers me, I don't know how you've been working out, the fact that there's going to be like a lot of drawing of some characters. So does that get heavy with time, or does that becomes routine and it's actually good? It feels great. Because I've done like a small one shot, not really finish it. I wish to get work to finish it, and I was really like, oh shit, it takes like, you draw a lot of the same character, a lot of the same things, a lot of the time. Kind of worries me a little, like not in a serious worry, but kind of don't want it to. I really wish that I don't drop my work. I don't think I will, but it would be. No, this looks shit. It would be a tragedy if I get to drop it. I thought of the Pokemon world building that are evil scientists who want to force Pokemon to evolve into dark and kinda mutate it. Ooh, always up for a dark universe. Sounds great even as a creepypasta. Evil scientists, I don't think will ever get out of style. It just works, you know? Like, yeah, here's insert any German name. He does a lot of experiments. Here's the aberration that he built last week. Like, oh, cool. So you do that in your free time. Well, I'm glad we don't do that anymore, but stories usually go great with that. I've seen Substance lately. I do regret seeing Substance, not gonna lie, because I'm not that big into body horror. I don't even know why did I choose to look at that. Like literally, it was like I heard a lot of people who weren't really decisive about if they like or not the movies. It was like 50%, and I gotta tell you, don't like it. The dark that I prefer is more on the Berserk side of things, like dark fantasy. Too bad Berserk won't get finished. It's one of those pearls that really would make it. Final boss would be that they found a piece of Arceus and infused it in a Pokemon. Ooh. Similar to that's good. That's nice. So you are a lot about the lore. In that regard, I'm the opposite. I don't quite go far deeply on the lore. Actually, I think I'm very superficial in my comic book in the lore department. Well, I guess it makes sense because if you're making OCs, yeah, that's what Pokemon is missing. Really, I'm not a huge fan. I played like a couples. Now, don't shoot me. I don't tell you I'm not that big invested, but I played, I think, black or white and gold. So this I played a couples, and since I did not grow up, I actually played them when I was like 13 years old. I'm not that passionate about Pokemon. I think that's one of things like Dragon Ball, like some series that you grow with, and if you don't grow with, it's harder to get in later in life. Because I have a friend like you who's very passionate about Pokemon. Actually, I have a couple. I want to play that. I just played Pearl and Sun, also Sword. I've emulated those. It was nice. Did not wanted to play more. So after that place, I didn't really move further. Maybe later on, or even maybe to study a bit of designing. It's always a good place. Probably should study JoJo's. JoJo is going to be like the biggest study that I want to do. Start to buy Dr. Stone because that's one art style or one way of work that I really enjoy. Again, except for heavy use of tits and balls and whatever. Except for that, I really enjoy the way that Boichi draws. So him and One Punch Man are big. Him and Murat are big. Other RPGs, for me, RPGs need a lot of world buildings. Oh, really? Which ones? Never played, I think, the strict RPG genre. I've regretfully played a lot of League of Legends. Very regretfully. Can't take those hours back. But RPGs, I know that Dark Souls technically counts, practically doesn't count. Or so I've seen around. I don't know, like Persona 5. Ooh, I do wish to play Persona. Never played a third base, however. Like, I would wish to try Persona and Expedition 33. Those are some titles that I think I would enjoy. Or it feels like they are akin to me in some way. Persona 5. Because Persona, at the end of the day, I keep hearing that it's basically JoJo, but more modern. Or somewhere like that. Yes, Expedition 33 is a bizarre turn-based because it is turn-based, but you can parry the boss fights or the fights in the middle. So you have the turn-based, but you have to be present because otherwise you're gonna get decked in the face. So it's a weird hybrid in that sense. I've seen it at my friend, and I instantly wanted to get in because the amount of the way they present the fights is just feels so nice. Like everything when you choose your attack it just moves in a way that is very satisfying. And so I wasn't a big fan of turn-based, but when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I could play that. That is down my alley for sure. Definitely not. I don't know, like I've seen like Slay the Spire kind of games. Like the closest one, if it's turn-based, I had this TFT or Auto Battlers. Those I played a lot for quite some time. Then I got bored. Like other games with combat, I like the Yakuza games. Oh yes, those sound fun. I saw a lot of internet clips, never played them, but they look fine. They look very nice. Also, like the story and the way it's presented is absolutely hilarious. So props for that every time. Like as of lately, I jumped on the train of Silk Song and I've played Hollow Knight. Wouldn't say that I did not enjoy it. I think Hollow Knight has like one of the best art. Love Majima. I am lost on Majima. I know the name but not the game. Let me take a look. And so I jumped into my Hollow Knight and I'm like 80% or 90% done. Oh, okay, yes, that dude. Yeah. Great. Goro Majima. Very close to Gojo. But the hard games, I don't know about you, but it used to be a much hardcore back in life. Like when I was like, I don't know, up until 25. Now I'm not feeling that drive anymore. I don't want to grind bosses. I don't want to grind anything. So I try to find more relaxing games. usually to do with my partner. That's where we. That's a nice activity that she's discovered very late in life. So I try to always find something that we could possibly do together. I'm 6 on Act 3. Okay, so you are way more hardcore than me right now. Yeah, all has been great. I have absolutely nothing to be concerned about. It's just that I get tired in the sense that very quickly I'm gonna quit it. Like, every time that I get back into a hard game, I get excited, then I get a little bit stuck, and I quit. And that's bizarre. I would have never thought of that when I was little. Perhaps it's the job. I think part of it is working. If I think the worst boss was the bile water frog. Bile water frog. Now I've seen only memes about like there's the boss that heals. So I see a lot of people cried about that. Also the fact that everything is double damage. So I find it hilarious that people made both mods, like the mod that gives you triple damage and the mod that gives you half the damage. Don't know why the community is so against people playing Silksong with half the damage. Like I understand that developers crafted an experience, but let people play what they buy for. If they want to ruin their experience, they should. You should be able to ruin your own experience. Why not? You're not hurting anyone. It's not online. It's a good idea. Hurt yourself a little. Okay, shit's going good. This is good. The only thing that I want to add is the choppy background. Yeah, this one. So in your own coming off your the way that you actually draw, I want to put some want to get some gray in. Also, I think I defeat one supports first eye. Ooh, first eye is impressive. So actually good, good. Like genuinely good. I used to enjoy that. I don't anymore. I don't know, maybe it's the drawing that got me so soaked in, so I don't really do any more of that. I don't know, are you a student? Like, do you get a lot of time? 'Cause those games work better when you have enough time to be there. And right now, my time is barely there. Hopefully, we'll get better, but I don't really count on it. Don't imagine. With a Savage Beast flying on now, I don't know the rage is about. Yeah, I think most of the times the people don't really try different tactics. I think that a lot of people get stuck because they try again and again the same thing. Also, don't take breaks. Like I have friends that are stuck in silver in LoL for like years. I was like, brother, even incidentally, you should be learning something, like some way. Can't quite put my finger on it. Didn't really struggle most times. Believe the worst boss that happened to me is one of the best games. I played Dark Souls 2, and I usually this is my like how I play the Souls likes, and usually I go for first time. It's always about strength. So I build like a yeah just platoon rank 5. I'm an S tier. In Platoon, arrange as there. Sorry, I did not understand anything of that. What did you say that now? So what's Platoon Arag? What? And basically, there was this boss fight, which is a big goddamn spider. But the problem with the spider is that his body counted not as a body, but as a wall. I've only in Splatoon a rank. Oh, Splatoon. Okay, so that's a game. Yes, but don't get ever involved in ranked because that's like not. Oh, this is a good looking game. Don't get involved in, especially not in MMOs, but in general, don't get involved in ranked. I don't think it's worth it, unless like there's some way. Big Splatoon fan. Oh, the art is very good. Somehow this is the first time that I hear it. Gonna admit, not a big gamer. Like most of my years were, I lost a lot of life in Call of Duty and like when there was Black Ops 2 days, and afterwards in League of Legends, which is like, what the fuck? What the fuck kind of time is that? Like, this is just terrible way to lose life. Just found the biggest Nintendo fan. Okay, so this is Nintendo. That explains. I don't have anything about Nintendo. Never bought anything. The only console I bought is PS3, and I'm a computer guy. I just tinker with computers. I'm on computer all day. So that must be the part. Never touched Nintendo. Never touched anything. Like the old guy yelling PCs, PCs, and just going on PC all day. Guess that's how they got me. That's how I got into MOBAs because that's like the easiest access you can get on PCs. Also, I didn't have much money up until later in life. Okay, I got more money like now. I'm working full time. So now I could afford a lot of games. I can't afford to play them, but I can afford them. Thing that I want to buy, most of it is the Steam Deck. That's the one that I really would love to. Nintendo. I'm trash at Mario Kart, just in case. Tried it. I can see the hype, but I'm just trash. I get trashed at Mario. I get trashed at what's it called? What's it called? The fighting one. The I can only think of Brawlhalla, which is the one that I can slightly play, like a little play. Smash. I'm absolutely terrible at Smash. I cannot, for the love of life, get it anywhere close to decent there. Just doesn't click with me, like at all. Oh, this is a good effect to get some light. No, this is absolutely not a good effect. What brushes do I have? There's something. No, I don't wash the brush. Yep, the spraying. Get back to sprays. I'm alright. I play with Joker there. Okay. Oh, you're surely better than me. I'm not. I can really. That's those are the games that I play once in a year, and every time I'm a disaster. Every time I'm like, can I please stop suffering? Gotta say, not haven't played in general that many fighting games as of late. Like right now, they dropped 2K, whatever the fuck it is, like the Riot Games one. And my friend was like, "Yo, you gotta play 2K RKO, man, please. I can't sit there and get absolutely destroyed all day long. Please, let me leave. Help me." Why is it so red? Yeah, but mine is a lot for the parties. I'm a fan of Spoon, but my skills is range is bad. I'm almost 1-1. Not gonna comment on the skills. You're probably getting a more accurate no, not gonna do this. But yeah, it's better if you go for the fun. I tried for the skills on League of Legends. A, it didn't really give me anything, so there's that. And B, people didn't really care, so that was also fun. Oh, there's this defeating purpose of getting good at some games that doesn't really work. That's why I wish I will switch someday to entirely for fun and story based ones and be chill about it. Okay. There's a little of light separation. I got 23 frames a second. 23 sounds like a lot. All depends how long the matches are. I think. Don't know, like, what's like one big match there? Because I will have to compare with the only thing that I beat competitive LOL. So 23 on LOL, that's a big thing. That's like a big game. Motherfucker, am I tripping? Yeah, it might be of the glasses. Let me remove the glasses later. 228 players. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a lot. 8 players is also... Like, unless the maps are very small, 8 players are not that many. It's 4 in team. So yeah, those are a lot. Like, average in a LOL game, it's about 30 minutes, and the average it is a high thing to be doing that many kills. Okay, so I got a little lights on. He can also transfer to the layer below and do some kind of structure over here. One thing that I'm really been enjoying is doing this low res background work. It's really been like a cool concept to have some. It will help in the comic department, and I don't know, it feels kind of good to have the. Am I tripping? Shouldn't this be locking in? I think it should. Did I lock transparencies? I'm tripping balls. I think I'm the best at tower defense. I hide a small pile and 8% of the ink doesn't hit me. This is also where I get the most kills. And, like, it's a shooter kind, so shooter kinds usually it gets better when okay. Motherfucker. Usually gets better when you try to be tactical about it. The biggest one I had was CSGO. I know I play only bad games, or I play only toxic games. Must be some kind of reflection on me. I have to be. Am I tripping on the layers? Shouldn't this locking layer work like this? Maybe. That's the biggest tactic that I've played. Also, again, I played a lot of games on PC, and I think it's also influenced by friends. I guess you have a lot of friends that play those kind of games, so that's going to be like a big influence on what you play usually. I always will download something to play with games. Like, I download Strafta with them. That's such a shit ass game, but at the end of the day, is some way to share some time with the people that you really enjoy with. That's what got most of my MOBA experience. It's not really the games, but a lot of the people around. Maybe I stopped enjoying them because I stopped playing with friends. That must be part of it. Like I generally don't play, but when it used to play, it used to be with friends, and now it's more like when I'm alone, I don't have the drive because it never was alone. That could be a theory. Don't think I'm gonna expand on it. Now, to be fair, it is an self-exclusion because I need to wake up early in the morning to stream. So it is very hard to do that if I game till like 9 o'clock, till like 12 o'clock or whatever. Okay, I think I'm gonna do one more structure and be done. Because today this is a good one. But actually I need to play more other games than Nintendo. Come to PC. It's a good word. Well, except for the toxicity. But don't use them until now. It's just Yakuza. But don't use a mic, especially in the shooters. Girls are. It's very toxic for girls when you hear the voice. The shooters don't understand really why. That's because I had played some games with a couple of. It was like this girl who called herself Legend 27, like in the ad, and she was usually welcomed in the lobbies, which is bizarre because most of what I've seen is a lot of angst, and that's sad because more and more girls are getting gamers. I think that that's great. Very toxic. Oh, actually, I'm gender fluid. Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't know what if your voice sounds feminine, you could get kicked out based on that alone. So be heads up for that. Better to type. Yeah, I'm born as a girl. So you will get targeted 100%. Very sad. But most of some like in the Counter Strike community, most are from Eastern Europe, so that's a reflection of the culture. I'm from there, and it's a sad reality of how things work around that place. But what you gonna do? Some battles you win, some battles you lose. I'm satisfied with this composition. I think it looks kinda nice. It's not super confused. It's not super defined by the background, but it's good enough that when you look at him, it looks in space. Eastern Europe, you speak Russian. I understand Russian. I used to speak it. I was actually basically native. I lost the ability. Let me... So, я не говорю очень хорошо по-русски, which will translate to I don't speak very well Russian. But most of the times I can understand it. It's just been so long, so I don't have anyone to practice with. My native tongue is Moldavian, so it's Romanian, like the besides Ukraine. Oh, I understand that. My mom is Russian. Oh, that's so cool. Russian is a great language. It's very difficult, like extremely difficult. Have you spoken? Like, do you speak it? Did your mom carry it over, or you've lost it being outside? We've been able to be holding down at the moment. Uh, we've been holding down on Romanian, but I'm limited in that sense. No, she wants me to. I think it's you. It doesn't hurt if you try it a little bit. Like my vocabulary in both in Russian and in Romania, I came in Italy like when I was 8 years old, so it stuck to 8 years old, to an 8 years old vocabulary. So sometimes she would speak to me as if I were there. I hate Russian. I'll allow that message. Oh yes, it's hard. I understand. Like to me, it was handed free because I just watched movies in Russian and everything else. But it's very hard. It's very unintuitive to go into. I think Russians goes to the same place as German. That is, the grammar is very hard. The writing is everything is very hard. I have more fun learning Japanese now. That is a great investment, especially for the comic side. How it's going? Because I wish to learn at some point Japanese, but I know the fame of it being extremely hard. So how is it going? Meanwhile, I have to share on Instagram and with my GF the drawings. Share everything. All right, I have a half a children book, so not that good. You have to have passions. Like that's not the easiest language to get, so it will probably take a long time. I don't think it is within a reason that it will have it would take like years of practice, especially if you play video games, you draw, you write, so you have there's some way you have to take the time. You don't like spend 3 hours daily. Not that it will do any good, I think. 3 hours is a long time. I have a problem with the particles. Particles, that's a grammar thing. And katanaka. Okay, those I know what are. But seems fair. I have a friend that speaks it. I'm gonna steal her Wednesday time. Now let's scan this one and also post this one, and then I'm gonna scan the next sketch that I did. But yeah, passions, passions, passions. At the end of the day, I don't know. Have you been drawing your entire life, or have you started later on? Because I've started like when I was already like 20. So to new skills, it really requires patience and going slow and don't stressing out about it. And when you get some big leaps, little by little, those will keep feeding and will pay dividends. Let me let me turn on my scanner. But the languages I haven't really tried. The last right now my repertoire is Romanian, Russian, or very little Russian, mother tongue Romanian, and or English because English, Italian because I live, English because I learned in school, and I did learn French, a little bit of French, but I don't remember it. I can't quite get French, but I think I drawn my first book with 7 years old and wrote books work without drawing. 7 is so much probably. That's a good amount for a short story. Like that's a great amount. Oh, 70 words. I thought it was 70 pages. We gotta start somewhere. My first draft of the comic book was like, would like to say, I basically took everything and made it happen as like in most stupid way possible. Like my first draft was he goes here and here does this and everybody gives him what he wants and he fights the main antagonist and he wins. That's basically my first draft. And now it's something completely different. Back in 2019 on a Word document, not even a scripting tool, just basically simple Word document. How did it turn out? Gotta say, the scanner. It's kind of muddy. But that's life. Needs to publish. This comments weren't great. I made a homophobic joke in them. Different times. Different times. And if it was funny, like if it didn't came from a place of hurt, to try to hurt others, I don't think it's a big deal. You shouldn't really try to. Oh, my drawing won't. God damn it. Well, that's bad. I can't really crop the drawing. Oh no. This is sad. I can't really fit the whole drawing. Sag. I was 8. Yeah, so it was probably more like saying something dumb. Didn't mean to hurt anyone. I think that those kind of jokes are only about not. You should never be directed. Like the Michael Scott thing in The Office, like the retard bit. It's always bad taste to go and to the face of everybody else, but it's fun. It can be like. I wish that we don't lose the entire edginess. Can be dumb fun that you make your friends. It's about context. So you were 8, whatever. Probably better that you understand it later on. Probably nobody saw it, or at very least maybe like 80 people saw it. Still, also made a joke against vegetarians, and I am now vegetarian. Lol. See, what you get, what you become, what you. In Italian, there's a saying that basically says you buy what you hate, which would mean like you always talk shit about something, and then you'll be the first one to actually enjoy it. I always found it hilarious. So publishing my Inferno one, and also sending around. And as of today, it's a good day. I don't know if I'm gonna start anything more. Vegetarian sounds fair. Now I think about it, I did not make fun of most things when I was smaller. Like the closest things I can think of, I feel I made fun a lot of buys, but I'm feeling more and more. I don't know if I'm feeling bi, but I'm not. Like personally, I was very detached from the males at the time, from the male intimacy, and now I don't feel really that bothered. So I don't know if it's me growing up and being more chill, or me being more bi. Like I'm okay with guys, so that's something that I should not say. My Jeff doesn't watch my streams, nor that she watched them later on, but I try to not remind her of that because last time she wasn't really happy about it. Because it's a fling kind of thing. Like that's how I feel in the fun way. Probably would be more of curiosity than anything else. Okay, let me scan the next drawing. Actually, I don't know if I'm gonna even scan it. Yeah, I have 6 minutes rolling in. So let me scan the next one. And afterwards, I'm gonna start at least, I'm gonna set it up on the software so it's ready for tomorrow. And tomorrow we can work it more. I get 2 hours tomorrow I can finish it. I'm pretty sure. It's a blue lock fan art. BRB. Actually, I don't quite remember which one was the day. And it was, yes, puzzling. The worst was making a sexual joke because I was watching a H anime. Bro, I was 8. That is very unfortunate. It's sad when kids get so early on the sex part. I have a similar experience. It wasn't an ecchi anime, but at the times I did get my hands on pornographic material around that age, and it's like you don't understand at the time how much damage that kind of shit does. But when adults aren't around, sometimes it happens, and it's very unfortunate. Don't know even where my friends got that shit. It is bad because you will. It's stuff that it's been carrying around. You will carry around in some way or another. Okay, looks bluish, but fine. So this is my next venture, which is from Blue Lock. Oh, does look nice. Thanks. This is the. Let me grab my reference because I still have to set it up. But the word for that day is puzzling, and I first think about Blue Lock because the protagonist is all about understanding how the field is working. So there's a lot of visual representation of him being puzzled about it. I thought it's a funny one. Did I not save it? I swore I swore I saved it. Well, I can find it. Yeah. So this is the reference. And my board of reference, by the way, is huge. So this is the reference. The face requires a teeny tiny bit of work, but I really like how he makes eyes. Like one thing I loved of these authors, how it makes eyes. Yeah, this is one for one. I did not have anything else for puzzling. Like I don't know what to do with puzzling. So this is my board of references. Like the Dante's one is basically a copy of the cover. Probably the best one that I did was this explosion because it was like a push perspective, so it really challenged me a little. Except for the feet, I think it's very convincing. Random question, but it was okay. Random question, but what is favorite bird? My favorite bird, I really love crows. I like the sound. My favorite color is dark, so every time I see a crow, I always look at them as like they are so cool. Look at the fucking crows. Crows are amazing. There's not really like I think it's a hard word in Italian because there's not. It is quite different the word from. It's like in Italian it would be like. Oh, actually, the ravens. Sorry, because in Italian crow are usually used for both of them, and it's gonna be like crow and little crow basically if you have to say it in Italian. And for the most time I thought they were one bird, but it's actually crows and ravens. So very different ideas. I think I had a bird on these days. Could actually put a bird somewhere. But the biggest day, like the biggest 2 days, is what this one from the chest and this one from the jury. And so then my favorite one is Wagtail and Goldcrest. Wagtail. Oh, this is adorable. And the other one is Goldcrest. I also found very funny the oh, this has like a cute. He has like the bad boy anime haircut. But they're fun, especially the dancing ones. Oh, it's been a blast to have you, Alyssa. I'm going to search somebody to raid so I can chill like a couple of minutes down. And for the rest, we're gonna see tomorrow. Now, do you know somebody else on Twitch that you watch? if you have some suggestions, I usually just go from people same category and some people that, especially if they do comic books. Fixing up a sketch. Chill art stream 18 plus. Self-taught artist. Sounds legit. Let's go give her a shout out. Thank you. You've been a blast. I hopefully will see you around. Otherwise, I'm gonna take a look at your stuff. When you are like, I'm gonna keep a close eye on your comic book, so always keep a lookout. See you everybody tomorrow as long as the raid goes in. And we're cut.